I said that if Seth Rollins won the Money in the Bank contract, I was going to be insufferable. This weekend, after Night of Champions, I admitted that I'd dropped the ball and that I was not insufferable enough and made my return. I am here to continue being insufferable about Seth Rollins. After Night of Champions, I went online. I do love my online wrestling community for the most part. And saw a lot of people saying Seth Rollins cost CM Punk at Elimination Chamber. He cost CM Punk at WrestleMania. He cost CM Punk at Night of Champions. And I don't know why, but they seemed to not understand what was happening. I'm here to clear that up. Plain and simple. Number one, Seth Rollins was in the match at WrestleMania. Was his goal not to win it? It should have been Roman's goal. It should have been CM Punk's goal. It was also no disqualification. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying in a match like that. He utilized CM Punk and Roman Reigns using Paul Heyman against them and won the match. He cost CM Punk nothing. He won. Big difference. Huge difference. Number two, when Seth Rollins said to CM Punk that he would not be a champion in the WWE as long as he was breathing, meaning as long as Seth Rollins was breathing, he meant it. That's very clear here. He hates CM Punk. He will continue to cost CM Punk everything until the end of time. That is what he meant. But do you remember why he said that CM Punk would never be a champion as long as he was breathing in this company? Because when CM Punk first came back, first decided that he was here to make money and not friends, Seth Rollins said to him that as long as he stayed out of his way, everything would be fine. They could coexist as long as he stayed out of his way. CM Punk got injured, Seth Rollins got injured, WrestleMania happened, Cody finished his story, Seth was his shield, Seth went away for a little while. Seth comes back and has a match against Damian Priest at Money in the Bank last year. Drew McIntyre, in one of the most ridiculous decisions of his life, decides he's going to cash in on that match. And CM Punk costs Drew McIntyre the title. But who else did CM Punk cost in that match? Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins said that as long as CM Punk stayed out of his way, they would be fine. CM Punk didn't stay out of his way. I know Punk didn't mean to cost Seth the match. The focus at that time was on Drew McIntyre and bracelets and that absolutely insanely amazing iconic feud. However, it happened. And he inadvertently cost Seth Rollins his championship. That resulted in Seth Rollins saying that CM Punk would never be a champion in WWE as long as he was still breathing. And here we are. All Seth Rollins has done is hold absolutely true to his word. Potentially in the most menace way possible, but I kind of love menace Seth Rollins. Which brings me to Night of Champions, and right after that, tonight's Monday Night Raw. Seth cost CM Punk the match at Night of Champions. He and Cena have words. That's very curious. I want to see that one more time. I enjoyed Rollins and Cena back in, it was 2014, 2015. It was around that time. I want to see them run that back really badly before Cena retires. I don't know if it's on. I don't know if it's on the docket, but I really want to see it. Tonight, Gunther is out talking about Goldberg, who is that's happening. Then Seth Rollins comes out and just reiterates what I just said, essentially, because he clearly also realizes that people were not following, and just kind of lets Gunther know that Gunther's also on his radar. No champion will be safe. I have the feeling that Seth Rollins, with his clean AF new custom briefcase, is going to be a menace for a little while to these champions. Maybe it'll be shorter than I think, but seems like there might be several plans that have to take place before we get the end result. CM Punk comes out. He's angry, rightfully so. Great match with Cena. Probably should have been champion. Seth is still breathing, though. Flew to Saudi Arabia. Punk chases Seth out of the ring, calls him a coward, all sorts of things. Gunther is in the ring still with Punk, and he pushes Gunther, tells him to stay out of his way. And Seth, thinking he got the upper hand, I don't know how he thinks he got the upper hand when he ran away, but is then attacked by LA Knight with some popcorn. They brawl through the arena a little bit. Seth runs away from LA Knight. They make LA Knight versus Seth Rollins official for Saturday Night Main Event. Yes, please. And I am thrilled. I've really wanted to see this for a long time. I'm excited to see it. Yeah. And I don't know who gets the win there. I assume there'll be shenanigans. Maybe Punk will interfere, or they'll just be entourage shenanigans. But, that's neither here nor there. CM Punk, a few minutes later, is backstage. Kathy Kelly catches up to him. He is pissed off, and he says that Seth Rollins' knees have never worked so good as he ran away from him. Fragile Phil should probably be a little bit more careful talking about that. Fragile mind, fragile body, fragile ego. Seth Rollins has everybody in chaos. Whether intentional or unintentional, this is the Seth Rollins that I like to see on television. This is the character that I love so much. Everybody is mad at Seth Rollins, but somehow also mad at each other, and somehow Seth manages to escape or end up on top because of all the chaos. It's that architect side of him. I think some of it happens fully unintentionally, but I am here for it. Here for it. Which eventually leads to the main event of Braun and the Brawns, facing Sammy and Penta, who also are embroiled in this feud. The Brawns get the win. Braun Breaker looks incredible. He's incredible. And Jay comes out for the save so that poor Sammy isn't hurt or injured further. And that's kind of our ending to Monday Night Raw. Seth Rollins had already left, which we had been told by Paul Heyman, who has a Seth Rollins phone with a Seth Rollins phone case now. The little details matter. But insufferable Seth Rollins content, the briefcase, clean AF, the fit tonight, top notch. King Troy never fails to outdo himself. Seth Rollins is Mr. Money in the Bank. He has stuck true to his word. He will continue to cost CM Punk everything until the end of time. And it is going to continue to bring me so much joy. Because, and maybe partly because I love to see the internet crash out, but also just because I like to be insufferable about Seth Rollins. Until next time, to be continued. Stay weird.